I'm gonna anchor one hand here. I feel he likes this as an anchor, but also, Gino, don't bite me. No, don't bite my shoe. Don't bite my boots. Also is almost like a distraction point. So this is the spot for the colic pump. It's just like right here. In this video, you're going to watch how Montaro goes from walking away from me to letting me work energetically and then physically performing the colic pump on him, all the way through to having a bowel movement and then also passing a lot of gas and being very relieved and in the clear. So if the horse is really tender, like he is, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pump energetically with my energetic hand. So what that means is right now I'm imagining my hand going like this. Juno, look, no teeth. Okay, so he's biting you, but then you don't bite me. Okay, Montaro, can you get rid of your thumb here so I can help you? Lads, let me help Daddy, okay? So I'm starting with an energetic. So I'm imagining my hands. And I'm feeling for the rhythm of his body, not my body. Now for him that's like push, 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 release, push. So now I'm just going to start doing it. Since I put my hand there, he's like, okay. So,
can we do it without touch? Can we do it?
That's exactly what I'm feeling in. I'm going, can I work from here? So I'm just going to feel for where it's okay for me to work with, because for some reason I would like to work closer. There. Yeah, that's where he's, so here is good. This side. Let me do this side. He's saying, you know what would really make me feel better? Is to let me back there. By yourself.
I was also thinking how good it would be for him to walk and move.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I can walk and move back there.
Yeah.
All right, come on, just you by yourself. Come on, Taro. You're not getting old. You can't go back there, Mama. You get all scared by yourself.
No, the gate's the other way.
water. Now behind us, everybody gonna get excited. Hey, where's Taro? He needs to go work off his gas or whatever he's got. I ain't going out there with you two maniacs. No, I ain't. Hello, handsome. Hello. Hello, handsome. Can I do any now? I'm going to go with the rhythm of his breathing now. When he breathes out, and move out. Nice. In.
I wonder if that's good. Maybe it just was like a little gas bubble that needed to be moved by that and by the movement of him running around.
And so he had, because before you came to film, I did quite a bit of that, just palpating with his breath.
Yeah.
With the rhythm of his breath. What's here? I'll show you on Odie here. It's easier now because she's breathing harder from running around, so. It's funny, her breath pattern is kind of irregular, like I'm trying to catch it, but it's.
Jeez, don't eat the phone.
Filming out here. That's a little bit crazy. Could I have a demo, please? I need someone to demo on.
I'm grabbing my phone.
Yeah, I got it. It's dried off. I love the way Zoe has just stayed completely away this whole time. No. Good job.
And then that's all you do? Do you imagine anything? Is there a finish to it or a close to it?
That's a really good idea. That's a really good question. I'm imagining the waves of that going like a massage around the intestines. So that I'm setting up a kind of colonic massage. Because if I were going to massage my own colon, I'd be going like this. right? Our colon comes here and out. So we can't really get to their colon, but I'm kind of imagining the same idea, that I'm creating movement, I'm massaging, I'm getting stool and gas around and out. And I suspect that for them, like for humans, gas hurts way more than trapped stool. And so the fact that it goes rock hard when a horse is kind of in colic is exactly what happens when a human is having a gastrointestinal attack or a baby's having a colic episode. Their abdomen goes rock hard from the gas and from the spasming. So I'm kind of taking that same idea that I've developed for use with humans and applying it to horses. And from working on with horses that were, you know, biting and then going down to roll, so colic had already started, this whole abdomen goes rock hard. And so you have to start off very gently, because if you push too hard, the pain is incredible. It's like a colicky baby. Like there's a reason they scream for 12 hours. So that's where you would start with just your energetic hand. So your physical hand may not even be on their body, but your energetic hand, and the reason I call it a pump is it feels like a pump. It's like a pumping action. You're kind of like getting things going, you're getting fluid going, you're getting rhythm going, you're getting massage going. So it's just a real pumping motion and feeling. And the pace of it is different from horse to horse. And it's also, everything is completely different depending on if they're totally healthy, and we'll try and show you on a healthy horse what it looks like, as to when, like Montaro's having some issues. He's not in colic. He was biting at his belly a little bit, and he's really tender, but he's not colicking. And then to a horse that is like actually going down to roll because they're that far along. So let's see if he'll let me do any more. So it's funny, like even just standing here, I'm feeling which side. And for some reason, my brain would like to work that side, but I keep getting pulled to the other side. So I'm going to go to where I'm feeling pulled to. So here I'm working with my energetic hand. So this is like I'm sending prana out the palm. You have a chakra in the palm of your hand, and I'm sending the prana, the chi, the ki out that palm chakra and into his body, and I'm pumping it through, and I'm setting up like a wave rhythm through that belly to get movement. Now, now I'm doing the same thing with my energetic hand, and my physical hand is moving maybe 1/8 of an inch each time, maybe 1/4 inch. Now I'm speeding up a little bit. As the body gives permission, and that's the other thing, as I'm doing this, I'm also asking permission to his belly. Can I come in? Is this okay? Do you trust me? Does this feel good? And the body has its own wisdom apart from the mind. And when the body lets you in, then even a tiny movement can have a lot more impact than a bigger physical movement, because the body's actually letting you in through the layers. And so now I'm feeling like just a bit of belly scratching, just belly rubbing. interesting with Montaro. He really needs this hand here anchoring on his bum. Another horse may not want me to touch his bum, but the anchor hand here for him is really important for some reason. So now he's letting me push with a lot more force than I was doing before. I'm maybe not moving my hand more, but the force that I'm pushing with is certainly greater. And I feel to go back to the belly rub. So this is just totally by feel, and for your horse you may feel, oh, I have to scratch her udder or his crotch. A lot of horses get a lot of release through scratching their sheath area or their udder, or down here under the legs, like whatever's going to cause a release, a relaxing, a letting go. Now I'm called to the other side again. And now I feel like that's enough. You can see how that left side is sticking out way, I don't know if it's his body angle or the
That's where it was before too.
Yeah, the left side is coming out more than the right for sure. And the whole belly is swollen. Oh, there you go. There's the bowel movement. So he probably felt, or he's trying to have a bowel movement.
Yeah.
He probably felt that coming, which is why he didn't want me to touch him anymore.
He's definitely having, like, I thought he was gonna go and roll, and maybe he's looking like he wants to poo. There he goes. And that's actually a lot chunkier than his last two when I was mucking.
Okay.
They were totally runny.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's able to happen that quickly and get firmed up like that, but he did when he was kicking at his tummy earlier. After about 10 minutes, he went and had two runny poos.
Yeah, and often what happens when the intestine is spasming, and you'll get this, there's a version of IBS called spastic colon, and you'll get you'll alternate between diarrhea and constipation. And then sometimes, like if you have a stool impaction, the liquid stuff can get around it, but the stool, the impacted stool, is still held there in the colon. And so that's the point of the massage, is to get things moving so that that harder stuck stuff can be moved around and out, and then normal digestion has a chance to take place, because you don't have this like rock sitting in the middle of your stream kind of thing. Does that feel better? Yeah. Do you want any more? Yeah, I know. Well, why don't you let me work there? Because I have to scratch behind my ear. So I just scratch there first. Like this. Is that better? Okay, now he's letting me come in quite a lot. This is a hard pump now because things have obviously, oh, there we go, Taro, there we go. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted for you, baby. Yeah.
It's interesting he came back for it, and that might be
A little bit of gas release there.
yeah.
You see, this is like when they loosen enough that you can get in there good.
And also, this is all on his time. We're not enforcing
Yes.
any of our agenda time on him. We're giving him the time that he needs to move around,
More
come and
gas.
go.
More gas.
And movement.
Yeah.
And we don't have him tied, so he can at least.
Yeah, nothing's restricted.
Yeah.
He wants to put his head right down to the ground, he can. If he wanted to roll, he could. More gas. And this is what the horses can teach us too. Like, one of my most popular videos on YouTube is the colonic massage for humans. And then also I have these videos called constipation pooping positions, because people don't know how to take a shit. And if they're constipated, they really don't know how to poo, and they just keep sitting in the same position and doing the same things, and they're never able to poo. And so what the horses are showing here is a perfect parallel to the human. Like, if something's not working, don't keep doing the same thing. Feel into your body. What do you need to do? Do you need to lean back? Do you need to get your feet right up? Do you need to put your legs out in front of you? Do you need to put your legs out in front of you and lean back? Do you need to rock a bit? Then go back to colonic massage. Like, it's this whole thing of getting in touch and dialoguing with your body. So what he's doing here is a beautiful example of a creature who is 100% in his body, showing us this is how you work. This is how body work should work. This, like you just said, this dialogue, this flow, this movement, this really him knowing what he wants. So I want to just go and look at his poo actually to see what was moved there.
And also, us humans, we seem to think that more movement is better, where it doesn't necessarily need to be a lot of movement.
Yeah, see, this is a very dry, fibrous poo.
And earlier today, that was completely runny. 2 of them in a row.
Yeah, yeah. So I would suggest that has been stuck in there for a while, maybe.
Right.
Tia, don't eat it, buddy. I know. But his belly's looking better already, for sure. Can we do some more massage, Carl? Now I'm feeling this side, love. I'm feeling this side.
Oh, a pee.
Tea time. See, and that's another good point that you brought out. Like, if he was haltered and tied, would he be feeling free to pee and poo? And, you know? That took a lot of effort too.
Mm-hmm.
So that just shows you that the whole bladder bowel thing is quite crampy.
Yeah.
So I'm asking if I can touch there, and I'm getting a no. I'm getting a no. I'm getting from him now, that's enough. That's been a lot. Just let everything rest now. So let's go over to Jack's, and let's, for contrast sake, show how much on a horse that's not in any type of GI distress. Jax, can I show them the Colic Pump on you, honey? And back here, this is the spot. Is it okay? I'll show you what I mean. I mean to do this. Oh yeah, he's like, I'm the most sensitive to body work. I'm maybe not the best demo for this. Okay, so Jax, when he has normal, like, body workers come out and work on him, he has them sometimes work off body, and sometimes they like use their normal, and he's like, hold on, dial that way back. So, okay, good point. So let's just do a little bit on you. No, he doesn't want it. He's like, I don't need it and I don't want it. So we'll go find someone else. How about Big Mama? With Zoe. If we go to Zoe, Odie's just gonna move her. Can we demo on you, Big Mama? Hey, can we demo on you? So her, you know what I said about rubbing the udder? For Odie, just rubbing her udder alone, often she'll release gas. There she goes. There she goes, little fart pants. So again, right here, this is the spot. She's like, why don't you just rub my udder? So even for a horse that's, you know, not sensitive, we still have to start slow. We can't just go womp, 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 womp. Let's see what Zoe thinks about it. Hey, Zoe, what do you think about this over here? You see the look she gave. Again, she's like, why there and not the udder? You're so close. He's so close.
It's really interesting to see too just how sensitive of an area that is. I know that they're really vulnerable, you know, as prey animals, that in their necks.
Yeah, true. This is where you can disembowel them, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's very true.
So even like energetically, just first, like you say, asking permissions, sharing what you're going to do, maybe share why you're going to do it.
Okay, you're right. And I haven't done any of that. I'm just kind of like, so can I do this? Can I demo on you?
Yeah.
But I'm not. So So we just want to show people on a normal horse that's not having any distress what this feels and looks like. Would that be okay? He's like, well, maybe if you gave me a really good udder strap first, I might be willing. Okay.
And I wonder if it was critical, and say earlier when I noticed that there was something going on with Montaro and we really needed to get pressure going, I wonder if a distraction, like for example, if it was her, have someone rub her udder and then have someone else do the pumping, because then you're in a situation where you actually really need to get stuff going.
Fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do for hoof trimming.
Yeah.
It's like, if you really don't want it, then how about I rub your udder? And they're like, oh, okay, then I guess you can pick up my foot.
Yeah.
Very, very good point. But also, I really like what you noticed, that like even with all these healthy horses, nobody really wants to be palpated here.
No.
And even like you can see for her, like just this really gentle, she's not really, right? She's like not loving that.
It's a very vulnerable part.
It's so interesting to me. And so Odie here actually let me do quite a bit with her then, because I was, see, look like that, like I'm able to come in quite quick. But even her, she lets me get in there quite quickly because she loves, we have such a strong bond, but she didn't like it.
No. And I think if she was colicky, then it would be sore, even more sore. But at the same time, when I have a really bad gut ache, I'll actually like dig my hands into my intestines, and physically, as much as it's painful, but it's one of the only things that really helps move stuff. So
yeah. And it also kind of makes what we experience with Montaro even more interesting, because he's one of the horses that doesn't like to be touched very much. So considering the fact that he was in some GI distress and pain and tenderness, he actually let me do a lot to him.
Yeah.
Because he knew it was helping. So that's very interesting too. Should we do belly rubs? Should we just do belly rubs now? Oh, the sheath rub. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, I'm not even on his sheath. I'm just at the back of his belly.
This is something my dog, Psy Dog, has stomach stuff happen oftentimes, and that's something that I do with him as well.
Yeah.
I'll put my hands on his intestines and his stomach and just move them around really gently, just like that.
Yeah. Relax for a bit. This is way less swollen than it was. Not more of the tummy rubbing. I don't know why Zoe's putting her nose down there, but I hope he doesn't go to get her and gets me instead.
He's pretty distracted.
I'll go on the other side. Zoe, you can get at him from that side, and I'll come over here. I don't know if she's helping or just curious.
I don't know what she's doing. It's very sweet though.
So even like right now, it'd be easier for me if I anchored my arm over there, but I went to do it and I felt no. So our bodies are yes. Our bodies are just continually in dialogue.
I find it interesting that that he was letting so close.
Yeah. That's why it's kind of... Someone just farted.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if she was doing some energetic work.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do now, because I kind of feel like he's done for a bit, is we'll give him some feed and we'll put a double dose of the Equiflora probiotics on there for him. And I've seen a double dose of Equiflora just give a horse a clear out. So we're gonna try that. And then for a horse that, if he did have colic, I would do, my first treatment, I think I would do a single dose of Equiflora and a high dose of magnesium, because I'd want to get that bowel moving and put in the good bacteria. And then I think for the second dose, I would give the double dose of Equiflora just to really get some more good bacteria happening in there. Okay, so I've put the Horse Tech High Point grass pellets in there. That's for horses that are fed grass and hay. And on the probiotic here, it's got little notches. You want some of that, don't you? So instead of just doing one, I'm going to do 2 notches down. Yeah, this is for you. That's right. Yeah, but you need to stay out. Do you want any of this in your mouth? Let's see if he wants some by mouth. Do you want some? So I squirted a dose in there. Do you want another dose? Yeah? Or no? I know, it's got... Some more? That is enough with the flax. And then I'm going to put... This is a 1/2 cup scoop. So I'll put a good cup and a bit of flax on there. And this is an Udo's oil blend, which is flax, sesame, sunflower, evening primrose. And I'm just gonna, Tara, you tell me when to stop pouring. Oh my gosh, this is so much oil. Yeah, that much. The other thing that you can do with the oils, the healthy oils like flax or coconut, and if you're gonna feed flax, see, this is in an amber glass bottle and it needs to be kept in the fridge. If you've got flax sitting in a plastic bucket like that, sold like that, that's rancid flax. That is not good condition, good quality flax. This is a very delicate oil. If it's not refrigerated, it goes right off. So yeah, this is a human grade, so I'm going to give you some more because I'm feeling like you want some more. There you go.
And so that flax that's in the bucket right now.
This is, what I do with this is I get whole flaxseed.
Yeah.
And I just grind this amount at a time. And I bring that out to the barn.
So that's, you bought the flax separately and you
Yes.
home ground it and you put it in that bucket. Okay.
Yeah, because again, if you buy your flax ground already, as soon as you grind it, the oils are exposed to oxygen and they start to denature and go rancid. So you want to leave your flax whole as long as possible, and then grind it fresh. And for me, that's as fresh as I can do. I can do a bucket at a time. Plus it's winter, so this flax is being kept cold out here after it's ground.
And that Udo's you can just get from the health food store.
Yeah, and look how much there is on it. It's like, it's soaked with oil. Yeah, this is very expensive, the Udo's, because it's a blend for humans. Like humans would take, say, a tablespoon or two of that a day. It's fantastic for skin, hair, nails. If you're postpartum and your hair starts falling out and you take 2 tablespoons of the Udo's a day, your hair stops falling out and it grows in thicker. It's a really fantastic product, but it's very expensive. So for a horse, you could just get cold pressed flax.
And also, it's not, I know a lot of people feed oil to their horses all the time. I don't know if that's a good or a bad idea, but in this case, you don't give it to him all the time, right?
No.
Is it something that you just feel into intuitively if you feel like they need some?
Well, because I feed the ground flax, they can get their oil from that.
Okay.
So that's what I feed regularly. For the liquid oils, that's when I just feed it when I feel they have an issue or a need. That would be something that I would feed free choice, which I'm gonna do as soon as he's finished this. I'm actually gonna just pour oil in here and let him eat what he wants. Okay, so hang on, Taro. That's almost empty, so I'm gonna pour and I'm gonna let him.
And you were talking about magnesium. Where is he getting the magnesium from?
So he's licking that. And we'll see how much he wants. Not too much. Taro. Are you done with the oil? Maybe you're done with the oil. Maybe someone else wants some of it.
And so the magnesium,
Yeah.
where do you get that from?
So that's it. He's done.
No, okay.
The magnesium, I get, again, for all my horses, I buy human grade supplements.
Yeah.
I don't buy a lot of horse grade. There's some horse grade supplements that I feel are good enough, but mostly I buy human grade. So yeah, I just buy that magnesium citrate, or magnesium oxide's fine too if you want the laxative effect. It works really well to create a bowel movement. And then I just will add it to, so what we'll do with him, because the High Point Horse Tech pellets has magnesium in it.
Okay.
That's why it's so expensive. It has everything. You don't have to be adding all this extra stuff to it. But for something like this where, you know, you go, well, this horse needs to have a bowel movement, then for sure, like, 'cause it's covered in cobwebs because that's how little it's used. Just magnesium oxide powder works just fine. And then you just sprinkle that on their feed. And your horse might prefer a different hand movement like this. Today Montaro's liking this movement better than the hand like that. So feel free to experiment. Really feel into what your horse is telling you. Pretend that you can place your consciousness inside your horse's body or inside their body part and just see what's there. See what you feel. Your intuition, feeling, and your imagination has a lot of power to help if you allow yourself to access it and trust it. And don't worry, because if you're wrong, the horse will tell you. Or if your horse wants you to do it a slightly different way, your horse will tell you. All you got to do is listen to your horse. Be willing to take risks. Be willing to be wrong. Be willing to experiment. And Just keep moving deeper and deeper into that relationship.